What's going on, guys? Waydax98 here with my good friend Mr. Fang Vantino, who could not miss this patch notes because the person you see on the screen.
Yep. Whoa, this is gonna be a good one.
Goodness gracious. Okay, so as you can see, they finally got the new god in, and it is, as I said in like the last 3 patch notes videos, it's Thoth, which makes me happy because I love Egyptian gods, and it makes Fang happy because he's a mage.
Yes.
So we're going to jump right on into the first ability, which is his passive, well, not really ability, passive, they call it ability, called Death Reckoning. Basically what this does, it's a stacking, I guess you could call it I think they said it as a double stacking passive, because you can get, when you kill like 30 things, you gain a stack of penetration, but you can only get so many stacks after it stacks up with your level, or something.
Yes.
Yes. So at max you get 25 magical penetration just to play around with. Once you hit 17. So
Every stack gives you 4 hidden, so basically, yeah, max is out 17, 20 max,
25.
and 25.
Yeah, it says 5 magical penetration for each stack.
What? It shows me 4.
You're the one that translated your page. Gotta love Spanish to English translations.
Yep.
Okay, so we already can tell that Fang is not right. So, because you wouldn't just listen to me and go change your English settings. You had to translate it.
Hey guys, when in doubt, translate it.
Says the guy sitting in my bathroom right now.
Oh no, how's it go?
Okay, so going on to his first real ability, Thoth. It's called Hieroglyphic Assault. So this is very much a Medusa-like ability, much like her Viper Shot. What it does is he gains kind of his next 3 basic attacks are shoot-throughs, almost like a percussive storm on Rajin. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Rajin's first ability. And it just kind of goes through. It's a very, for his size, it's huge. It's like twice his width, and it shoots through pretty well. It goes through anything, and it costs 60 to 80, 8-second cooldown, only 8 seconds. So this has got to be his main clear tool, and it's 35 to 115 plus 25% of your magical power. So basically, it's Medusa Viper Shot plus Rajin Percussive Storm equals Hieroglyphic Assault. And yes, it has an extra thing about it in the Glyph of Pain, but we'll get to that once we get to the Glyph of Pain. Okay. You're just gonna leave me hanging. I'm sitting here waiting for some follow up.
Okay, so guys,
shh.
well, I won't be able to do anything because it doesn't. Well.
Hush! Quiet! Be quieter! You're being really loud.
Okay, guys, so I won't be able to say much because it still shows Camelot's ability, skills and whatnot for me, so Wade, take it away.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. So his next ability is called Ponderous Escape. What this is it's kind of like the Ramadash in the way that you can tilt it and change the directions, but it does have, instead of being any direction, it is only 8 directions: forward, backwards, left to right, or any of the ones to either side. I guess you could say in between that, in kind of an 8th circle. What it does is to you too. So after you do that, you gain a attack. For 5 seconds, you gain an attack that goes through enemies, and it's just it slows and it does damage. So this can be a chase tool, this can be an escape tool, plus kind of a further way to get out, because you'll dash back, and it's about the Ramadash length, but it's very fast compared to Ramadash. Ramadash is pretty slow compared to most dashes. But he dashes, and then you hit him with the the attack, which it just doesn't really have a name, but it's just kind of like this blast of fine. It's very thin skill shot. You hit him with it, it does 70 to 240 damage, and it slows for 20 to 40%. 70 to 90 cooldown. It's a long cooldown because of it being in the escape. You want to use it smart, and its slow is 2.5 seconds. So pretty significant slow length, and I mean that's nothing to sneeze at.
But sadly, this is only CC in this kit.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, people are already talking about him in the ADC role and in the mid lane role, and to be honest with you, there's not a lot of CC in a lot of the burst mage, kind of like what his style kit. I mean, you have I keep comparing to Rajan a lot. I mean, Rajan has a fear and a taunt with his ult, but it has to depends on which one you use, and a silence for like a split second. Not even a second. It's very short. With his Thunder Crash. So, I mean, the burst mages usually don't have a lot. And that kind of feels like it's going to be it'd be kind of the escape. And I'm going to make this analogy, it's a lot like Freya, in that Freya does not have a lot of CC other than a little bit of a slow on her basic attack. Well, a lot of a slow, to be honest with you, because it's a pain in the ass. But, and the Banish, this is the slow, and there's really not, there's really no comparison to the Banish right now. So,
Yeah.
but
What Jinwei was going to have though?
yeah, Jingwei was going to have a bad. I cannot believe that they messed around with. I don't know if you guys watched it or not, but when Jingwei first got out, was like leaked, and they actually got that little bit out. Her Banish or Upper Gust could knock up Fire Giant and pick it up for a couple seconds.
It was,
It was broken.
It was awesome.
Broken. So that's that. It's basic, kind of a mixed basic escape that you can use to chase. You can use to really kind of get escape if you're good with hitting your skill shots. So if you've been playing with them spooky pots, you're much better set for this because you have the skill shot ability now.
He came in clutch.
Clutch.
Talking about skill shot abilities, looking at his ulti.
Yes, the ultimate Glyph of Pain. So this is interesting. This is the first time they've done this type of thing where you actually charge it. It's an actual, like, depending on when you release it, is when it fires and when it, like, how much damage it's going to do. And it's set into 3 ranges, so different damage for each range, or increased damage for each range. So it's from the book, he conjures the hieroglyph, and it does projectile damage at 15 to 55 power plus 30 for each range, and yeah.
Yeah.
No, passing through the cliff. No. What the fuck?
You're looking at the wrong one. We're gonna come back to that.
Oh, that's Glyph of Pain. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm looking at I'm used to going down the list. When did we decide that we were going to talk about the ult before we finished this full kit?
Because his third ability puts the ult and everything back into a whole circle.
I'm looking at the door like I could actually see you, but I can't actually see you. Just staring at the door right now. So the ultimate, he summons pages from the book, and it's to a max of 4, which I don't know where the 4 came from, because there's 3 circles on it. And he sends forward damage in this like triangle. It's like he does the tri-beam, which Fang's not a DBZ fan, but DBZ fans out there will know what the tri-beam is. And it does a huge amount of damage. It's one of those big damage skill shots, and it actually does charge. It will take, like, you'll sit there and hold it, and when it's fully charged, you let it go, and then it fires. Or whenever you want to, it fires, depending on when it is. It reduces the damage and everything. but it's 360 by 360 to 680 plus 140% of your magical power.
More than Scylla.
More than Scylla.
I don't. Okay, so basically, unlike its counterpart, uh, Ra, we're talking about, Thoth can actually cancel his ulti and use it at a later time. So, say you didn't want to use it, say you got into a team fight, then everybody dispersed real quickly. You can just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna cancel my ult, use it some other time."
Think of it as almost like Mercury Ultimate. Uh, that's actually really close to it. Mercury Ultimate, Athena Dash. Uh, you had that charge up and then fire, which I don't. I think it may auto fire when you fully charge. I'm not sure, but you're immobile. You're immobile, but you can turn. So it's like a little less safe Rajin ult, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But it's pure burst and it's not spread to 4 shots. And so the Raw versus Thoth matchup, it's not looking good for Thoth, just because you go into that ult and Rajin already gets deleted pretty hard by the Raw ult. He's going to get deleted real quick unless you're going to be able to react quick enough to cancel and move out of the way.
Yeah.
Which I could see pro players doing it. I've gotten to the point where I could probably do it. I was actually doing a couple things yesterday, and I was like, man, my reflexes are fast. But it's not something that you're going to be able to pick up and do from the get-go.
Yeah. Well, on to the third ability now. Hey, it's just like the third became the ulti. But the third ability, he conjures a hieroglyphic in front of him, and any of his abilities that go through it get not only increased damage, but an increased range. 2 times the amount of range that you had
Mm-mm.
before.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, it's not double. It adds
No, it
30
is.
range. It adds 30
Oh,
range. It's an
it
add and
looks
not
like
a...
it's double.
Well, some of the ranges on a couple of abilities are 30, so it does double it there. But there, like the ultimate has a range of like 40, not 45, like possibly already 60. It's a pretty good range, but when you go through the glyph of pain, it only adds 30. It does not double it.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm sorry. But then it costs 60 mana and cooldown is 5 seconds. It stays up for a time of 8 seconds. Also, any Thoth or his allies' basic attacks received a increased damage, not a reduced damage. Of
Blaine Pom Pom.
Yeah, it goes up from 5 ends at 25 plus 5% magical power. I would love to see how this works with physical gods, saying that when you attack through it, you get magical.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to talk about that in the next patch notes. Be in 2.22, they'll probably change that up in some way. But if they don't change it up, I could see it being just that that you do the magical damage because every god has magical and physical damage. You just can't build into it, so it's not as potent on the physical side. So it'd be, I mean, that would be a good downside to it. Like you can't throw it up and say get a whole ton of like that big boost of magical or big boost of physical damage to or the damage to that, except because you're not getting the percentage boost later in the game. So earlier it'd be good with the with an ADC carry. Let's say Thoth in the middle and Neith or somebody in the dual lane. You rotate it over early, you have a good chance of taking that tar, but late game you're only getting the flat and you're not really getting the percentage boost because of not having magical power unless there was some... Oh, power pots. Power pots give both, I think. I think the 3000 one does, so that would be the only situation where you'll actually get the percentage boost.
So,
Yeah, and it's very, very small.
sucks.
Yes, but this does increase the range, increase the damage. As you can see, it's 15 to 55 plus 10% of your magical power for any of your abilities, be it your ult, your 1, or your 2. And then your basic attacks gain the 5 to 25 plus 5% of your magical powers, but that can also be done by allies that are ranged. Being if you have a Sylvanas in the carry, I've been watching too much Incon. Jesus. He played that earlier. Now he played. No, he played jungle Sylvanas. Sorry, someone took the carry position away from him beforehand, but that was asked. It was a carry Sylvanas they asked for. Um, so Sylvanas in the support lane, Neath, or some hunter in the carry lane, in the carry position. Uh, there's no ranged. There's no ranged junglers, and there are really no ranged solo laners unless you want to call Hades, but no warriors, no ranged warriors. So you can get kind of, if you use it right, you can. Good job. You can use it to really shred down towers, really provide that damage, and it's not a wall. It's not you pass through it like normally. Your enemies can see it like normal. It just looks like a lens. So you walk through it like normal. So they can actually, if they really wanted to outplay you, they go through it and then they take the damage that's reduced, that's not boosted damage, and then they're up in your face. But he's a very artillery mage, and it's going to be really cool to see how he does. I do think he's going to be an ADC mage though. It's just so basic attack oriented, it seems.
Yeah, I can definitely see him being played in the SPL quite a bit, to be honest.
I mean, yeah. Mid lane, maybe not so much because your competition against Rajin,
Yeah,
stuff like that. If you get in close, you're kind of screwed. But that if he seems to have good boxing potential. He seems to be able to just kind of, if need to, run around his glyph of pain and just hit people for big chunks of their health. I really do see him being a Soul, a Chronos, a Freya type god, and be played in that ADC, protected early to get that damage online, because he has in my opinion, below average early game damage. He does not have good clear, but his late game late game damage, I really feel like is going to be that ADC role, basic attack. You build a Polynomicron on him, you build a demonic grip on him, and he could be a pain in the butt to deal with.
well, we should always do God. We've got the last, to be honest. We spend the most time on that, but
And you know what? Bite me.
have you showed his recolor?
I've shown the original card, the first card up, but I have not shown the recolor. Now I am, though. Which,
Okay.
I don't really, to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of either of these color schemes.
They're decent.
I don't know. I definitely don't like the recolors colors. I like the originals a lot better.
Yeah.
I like his design. I like that. I feel like they've got him right, but I'd much rather like this. This sounds super just foolish of me because I've already said that I like the color blue. He should be blue to match his book.
Yeah.
You got a blue book in the tree. Make him blue. Don't make him green. Nothing's green in Egypt. Everything's yellow. There's no grass in Egypt. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Crocodiles.
also, I know Wade probably didn't say this, but one thing that really got me while watching this, was his footsteps. He takes footsteps, and every step that he takes, a hieroglyphic drops underneath it, type thing. So he's not touching the ground, but he's not hovering at the same time. He's sort of just, well, not like floating, but he's sort of just hovering on its own magic, pretty much. Which is an interesting thing that Smite has done.
Okay. I know I didn't notice that because I was working on pages for a yearbook at that time, and I was trying my best to get that and do this and that, and have someone talk to me at the same time, and I was multitasking, and it didn't really it wasn't really working out. So we're gonna move on to skins now, which, good lord, we spent a lot of time on this, but we're gonna spend a whole lot of time on skins because these are really cool skins, and I'm really freaking hyped for this. So first off, we have Odyssey skins, and the first one up, as I already showed it, is High Noon.
I knew.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you. It's High Noon Sylvanas. So this is a concept art that went around in the Smite community. It's been around for a while, ever since I started playing back in the Smite when I first started following Smite, kind of early. I mean, real late beta of the consoles. This skin was one of the first concepts that I saw, and I was really happy to see it really just go full on out, fill out.
Well,
You got Mr. Cactus Sylvanus and Cactus Grover and Bandito Sylvanus, and he talks like
can't
this.
forget about the spirit though.
And he got that little owl. That little owl.
Yo,
He's so cute.
best thing about the skin.
But he's the Bandito Sylvanus. He talks like this. He's got it. So it's and it's a really cool skin. Your flower is a cactus. Your ultimate brings out a ton of cactuses. Your grab, of course, is the cactus-looking hand instead of the Rudy-looking hand. And your heal's your heal.
Yeah. Sadly, I was hoping they would implement like a cactus or maybe like some kind of darts or gun or something in there that floats around you. That would have been some kind of nice implementation.
No, I don't even. I think the basic attack's fine in this situation. Have you seen the basic attack?
Oh yeah, his
It's
dynamite.
dynamite. He throws dynamite.
Dynamite.
He just throws the dynamite. It's really cool, and that really help. It really does. It works because he has that little AOE basic attack. So
Yeah.
I really like it. This is gonna be. I really like the skin. It's probably gonna be one I get. It's gonna be switching out between that and Dr. Vonis from the season 2, the season pass. But man, this is such a cool skin. I really like it. I'm probably gonna use it.
Yeah.
Some. I don't use Sylvanas a lot because we're such a late game oriented group. It just doesn't work out that well when I go into an early game god. We control that. If they don't surrender by 15 minutes, we get kind of fucked. I get kind of fucked. Everyone else probably does pretty good, but I get kind of fucked over because I can't move.
Yeah.
But
Talking about well, let's talk about mobility. Um, Next up is Igneous Terra.
wait. I was gonna do the voice pack. They got the voice pack.
Okay.
You moving too quickly, man.
What's the best part of this? The skin reveals, which is this Terra.
I know that.
She's my life.
You don't even play her.
I was gonna play her
You
until I
were.
heard she was a guardian, and then everything around me just fell apart to pieces. And then they came out with Duff. I'm back happy.
Okay, now it doesn't work. Well, thank goodness. I just tested this like a minute ago. It doesn't work now. No, never mind. Not doing voice pack. Okay. Okay, so next Odyssey item. So this is why I was really hyped about this one because both of the skin in the Odyssey are guardians. We've got Sylvanas, and then we have Igneous Terra, which I mean,
She's hot.
god damn it, Fang. You did not just say that.
She is. She is literally hot.
I'm gonna kick you out of my house just for that comment. They made that on the patch notes. You can't use that again.
But she has a nice bod, and she's literally on fire. I mean,
Oh my god. Okay, so with this one, this actually has some really cool animations with it. When you, instead of gaining like the rocks that Terra usually does, you actually turn into different color lava when you use when you have a standing stone up. So instead of being orange, you actually turn into like a bright yellow, almost gold color. My only dislike of this skin is that I'm not a big fan of the horns on her head. Just because she's made of lava doesn't mean she needs to be demonic looking, in my opinion. And
demonic's the best though.
that's your opinion. I keep looking at this door like I'm talking to you, and there's a wall between us.
Oh, I can feel the gaze though.
Good, but yeah, that's the only problem I have with this skin. To be honest with you, I really like Terra's normal design. I think they did a good job with this. The effects on her standing stones and her ultimate and everything are great. The smashing earth, or I think it's smashing earth. Your stun basically. It has amazing effects. They did a great job with that one. And the monolith, when it's healing, it doesn't really fit because you have the red monolith and the lava monolith with a with the green heal. But once you pop it, it really fits. So,
Yeah.
uh, if anything, the effects sell this skin. It looks absolutely awesome. You get a lava plume when you smash the two walls together, and the ultimate is a red color scheme instead of green color scheme. So I'm happy with it. To be honest
And I
with
think,
you, I'm happy with it.
yeah. I'll be honest, one thing I love about it is the little eye thing, the little Nox eye thing, in all honesty. How her, like, I guess you'd call it a mask, sort of covers her eyes, but leaves her nose and mouth open. I like that a lot.
Okay.
Sort of like a helmet type thing.
Yeah, the mask type thing. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
it's a good skin. Probably going to be picked up just because I want another skin other than the base skin for Terra, and I've been using the legendary. And legendary is cool, but I want secondary skins because secondary skins. So next up we have the most cold of all of this, Baron Frostchild Ymir. Just to go with that gentleman, everything. This is actually in. This is the Odyssey reward at, I want to say 10, 11, or 12 items. I'm not real sure though, but I do know it's an Odyssey reward, and he takes that. It's not a cello. It's a maybe it's a cello. He takes his stringed instrument and just smashes people with it. And it's Shamir. It's Shamir in good clothing with a really nice suit on and I'm gonna call it a cello, even though it's probably not a cello. And cello that he's smacking people with, and he's talking like this, like it. I mean, how do you not like that? And I mean, he's the. I think we only need a warrior now to complete the whole gentleman gentleman group, because you have gentleman and her,
Cuckoo.
Fenrir, and Cuckoo. And now you have Gentleman Ymir, and now you have all the gentlemen.
Ooh, baby.
And all we need is a solo laner, and then you'll have the classiest conquest team on Earth.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Really nice skin. I'm probably going to try to get to it because it's going to be one of those Ymir skins that you kind of just want. And most of the Ymir skins are exclusive or already you can't get. Twitch Ymir, boss Twitch Ymir. um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Next up, we have this one. Fang didn't get to see this one. This one is the this is the funniest thing.
So freaking epic!
So this is Chibi Hades, which is the actual name of it is Heebie Chibi Hades, and it is This is not. He's not smaller than regular Hades. He's actually the same size. He floats on this little cartoon puff of smoke, purple smoke, and all of his effects are cartooned. And he has this his attitude is very just
Happy.
full of myself. Instead of the death guy, the death guy that he is. But he's a very
Adorable.
It's
Think of,
adorable. It's freaking adorable. I can't break it. It's freaking adorable, Hades, and I want it. I want it. I want
think
it.
about a cartoon. Like, think about those little cartoon heads. The ones with the big heads, the little dolls that you put on your desk. Picture this,
Pop on.
but Hades.
Pop on.
It is OP.
Bang, sit down.
I know.
I saw the shadow from the door. Just sitting down.
Oh, that's my head.
That's your head? Oh, I thought you were walking around. I was about to say you're messing up the mic.
I'm sorry.
So this is actually part of the SWC bundle, like they had last year with SWC Zeus. This is actually part of the SWC bundle and mine. Give it to me now. This bundle is amazing in my opinion. I love this bundle. This skin, the next skin, and just all the stuff in it. To be honest with you, it's worth. It's hashtag worth. It's pretty
Sorry,
expensive though.
earphone users right now, but he's got a little jig that he does too, and it makes me happy. Oh
It's
yeah,
it's Hades' normal jig, but it's just Chubby Hades' jig doing the jig.
it looks 10 times better though. Who doesn't like cheese? Okay.
So next up we have, and we can't really talk much about the design because it's the Hades design, just cartoony. But
Yep.
next up, this one they leaked about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've been sitting here waiting on it, waiting on it, because I saw this and I went, I just messaged Fangs Jen. I went, "Look, they leaked it for us. Give this to me now." And Jen was like, "Give this to me now too. I want this now." And it is because this is SWC Amaterasu, and this skin looks amazing.
Beautiful.
God damn it, Fang. This is why I can't take you out anywhere. So all the effects has the SWC on. Like your change stance has the shield, and it changes to different pictures in the shield to show your stance. As you back up your passive, you get like the SWC lightning bolt and shield under it, under the person, showing the effect. Um, as you charge your shield, it's a really nice blue and gold color scheme that blasts out the shield, and it looks awesome. It looks absolutely amazing. The dash, of course, is has that color scheme, and the sword. The ultimate is actually a lot much surprising, is actually a lot clearer and easy to tell where your like how your abilities are going, um, than your normal skin. It's beautiful effects in my way, and to be honest with you, I love this design. I don't know why, but white hair Amaterasu works.
It's a lot better.
I like it a
We should
lot.
just replace her with white hair. I'd be 100% okay with that.
Then you probably have to do Susanoo too, since they're brother sister.
Uh, Forget Susanoo. He was adopted.
I don't think that's how that works.
Uh,
You can't just adopt gods. You can put them
well,
in. You can put them in your leg, but I mean you can't adopt them.
darn.
Zeus. But yeah. So as I said before, there's two SWC skins in this one. I'm guessing there maybe was some Reddit somewhere where they were pissy about, oh, you've given two males one now. Why isn't there a female one? Or why can't? Well, there's no gender equality. It's gender equality now. You have an Amaterasu skin and an Apollo skin, which Apollo got Curse Voice, but you know what? And Solo Mid, but he gets this one now. It's SWC Apollo. I'm trying to figure out which one. There it is. And he's wearing his team jacket, which is just the varsity jacket looking self. He's got the white hair, which it doesn't look like it looks blue. He's got SWC shirt on and his normal jeans and his pistols, his little
Pew, pew,
pew
pew.
yeah, pew pew pistols. And I mean, I'm taking Amaterasu over him any day. I mean,
But I do like the little whitish, bluish hair that they did for him too.
yeah, he's okay. The his lyre actually does have, for a couple of his abilities, also has the SWC logo in it. All of his effects are those colors. The chariot looks absolutely great. The chariot looks like he was made out of Ares. To be honest with you, it looks like the same metal as his armor, and the same color scheme. So those are really cool. Apollo didn't get a voice change, but Amaterasu got the full thing. She got a voice pack and everything. And then that's not
Awesome.
all. So we've got Chubi, Hades, we got Amaterasu, we got Apollo, and now the last skin in this whole bundle for SWC is the Convention 2017 Kefri, which, I mean, it's Kefri, but he's like shiny. It's a normal convention skins. Those kind of
Yeah,
different recolor skins, and this one is like translucent almost. I like it. It's okay.
it's decent.
It's decent. It's not huge, but I mean it's cool.
Another skin.
It's another skin for Kefri, and Kefri's been kind of just in and out lately, so
You
you feel for the little guy, the big guy, big guy.
big.
Sorry, biggest god in the game, big guy. So that finishes up with the Odyssey, the SWC loot pack, and now we get to go on the Masteries because I think that's it. Yeah,
Well, one thing you forgot, you do get a free
I'm getting to that.
chance.
I'm getting that. That's later down the page, man.
That was in the SWC one. Shoot, okay, guys. Ooh.
Come on, man. Get with the program. So the next two skins are the mastery skins. So we have Camel Stars mastery skins, and we have Sylvanas mastery skins because Sylvanas got a skin. Uh, so the Camel Stars mastery skins actually look really good, to be honest with you. It's
Decent.
he didn't go full gold. All of his jewelry went gold, and anything like his markings on all of his tattoos are blue or black, depending on gold or legendary, and his hair is gold. Then diamond, of course, is the his hair and all of his jewelry are like the diamond, and all of his tattoos are like that teal blue.
Yeah. To be honest, I would have loved it if they would have made his wings golden or, blue.
Hmm.
That would have been a nice touch. Sort of like the Jinwei wings.
Yeah, you
But
do
they did.
have, although that they did talk about it and they didn't show it off very well, but his wings actually do have like specks in them, and you kind of tell it
Spec.
in there. It looks like he's got kind of he got dandruff from his hair in his wings, and it's golden dandruff.
Yep.
But all his teeth are even gold. Like his teeth and his it will be gold or diamond. So
This dude is dead.
this dude had been killing so many golden gods that he made a set of teeth. He shrunk down people's heads and put them on his necklace and his crown, and melted down the rest of them for his bracelets
Yep.
and anklets,
And ears. His ring, I mean, his
earrings.
he might have rings, to be honest. We never really checked.
Yeah.
But on to the next mastery skin, Sylvanas. In all honesty, I guess you give few guardians some skins. Why not go with another guardian for the mastery skins remakes?
I
So
mean,
Sylvanas, yeah, Sylvanas got his reskin. Honestly, I wish they would have did a little bit more with Groot. Like, did something with him, just for the fact that I know they are remakes. You're getting them for free. You're not spending gold unless you haven't had it already. But am I lagging out?
are you good?
Oh, good. But he just stays in his he is the same color as his regular skin, and everything around him is golden, blue. His horns are golden. His hair's golden.
His hair
So,
is normal. His hair is that color.
oh, dang, Sylvanas. I mean, you're decking it then if you've got some golden looking hair. Oof.
I mean, he's blonde.
God damn.
So yeah, there wasn't a huge change with this. I mean, the only thing is with it, they couldn't have done Amaterasu, they couldn't have done Apollo, they couldn't have done Terra, they couldn't have done uh, Kefri. Uh, there was no one else that got a skin in this patch other than Sylvanas that doesn't already have the Master Key skins redone. So it's just they could have done Hades and they could have done Ymir, but I really don't think they're going to touch Ymir because I mean, Ymir's is actually not too bad, to be honest with you. So I mean, Sylvanas was the prime factor for it, and it's not great because it only affects Sylvanas. It does not affect Grover, but better than nothing. They put work to it, so you gotta appreciate that.
Something.
So finally, we're done with skins. We are 40 minutes into this when we finish skins, so we're gonna rush through these because everything else is just no one cares about everything else except the adjustments, the adjustments. So Bakasura got a dance. He freestyles. He spins on his head a little bit. He looks like he should be on the street, freaking rapping. It's pretty fun. It's pretty funny actually. It's pretty good. I don't know why for some reason as soon as they said Bakasura got a dance, I thought to myself, he's gonna stand up on his hand blades, and
Yeah.
twerk.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be something. Like I would have been surprised if that was a thing.
I was thinking he's already always on those anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just got on there and was twerking or something. Which
You know,
I mean,
I
they're
mean, Terry wasn't too far from twerking
that
on her
close.
victory screen.
Okay, stop, stop, stop,
Okay, so
stop.
onto the achievements,
Okay,
things that nobody cares about. Vamana, Baby Smash, get a triple kill using his ult. Guys, this might be a little bit harder because you know who plays Vamana, am I right? But if you really like collecting achievements, it's worth. Okay, so his next achievement is Out of My Way. As Vamana, knock up 3 enemies or more with your clear path, aka your dash. He just starts trolling that umbrella. Is
that's the
you
easiest
probably
achievement.
get it the first thing?
That's
Yeah,
easy. I played Erling right after he got his, and he's got the exact same achievement, but with the turtle. And it's really easy when they group up, people group up. I used it and knocked up 4 people like instantaneously all at the same time, and I got you. I was like, what the heck? And I read it back, and it
yeah.
was this basically this achievement. It's a really easy achievement to get. Most of the time, you get it anytime. So
Go to Re.
yep.
If you're having problems,
Or
go to Re.
Clash, to be honest with you, because people you're grouped up a lot in Clash for those towers.
Yeah.
So Odyssey, like we said, we have Hiding Sylvanas, the Terra Ignis, and a ward skin which we didn't show, but it's actually a transforming ward skin that shows that transforms as you get more Odyssey points, basically, and shows kind of the style of what Anubis is going to be in for that
Tier 5.
tier 5 skin. So
Tier 5 ward skin, guys. Oh, yeah. Epic. Am I
yeah.
right?
uh, and then of course they added Baron Frostchild Ymir as the collection bonus. So next up, with 2 miscellaneous little changes. One is the spectator update is now updated more towards the console spectate mode, which, to be honest with you, console spectate mode wasn't too bad. I was kind of surprised that they made it different than the PC one, but it looks really good to me. Of course, I'm used to the console ways, but it's not too bad.
For once, we had the better item.
Yeah, it's not a it's not too big. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I don't know why they used. I'm using Cobb, but okay. That's
AMC. Foreshadowing.
So, and then next up we have they added an in-game streaming to Facebook between Surrender and Exit Game. It's right in between them. So let the misclicks happen. But I actually don't know how well this is going to work because I know Facebook added a program which they're back. This is what this works through to add that kind of streaming feature. I don't know how well this is going to work. I don't know how long it's going to last because we saw how well it how long it lasted with Twitch after they added one or two things. It didn't last very long. So we'll see. We'll see if this comes out, and hell, we may see this on console soon enough. We don't know. As of right now, Microsoft only really works with Twitter. I know that for sure because you can only really share to Twitter. So I would like to see if they would see if they work with Periscope and be able to stream through that and go to Twitter instead. That wouldn't be absolutely horrible in my opinion, especially if it didn't lag your ass as much as Twitch does. Twitch. That's pointing at you. That's pointing at you. Fix that. Or heck, YouTube. I'm telling you, get YouTube gaming, get it out there, make an app for it, do something.
Yo, Twitch
Fight.
just destroys my internet like Netflix. Not throwing shade at all.
Okay. So, and like we were saying earlier, we have the SWC Digital Loot Pack. Fang was trying to jump it, but this one has 4 skins. You have Hades, Amaterasu, Apollo, and the Kefri skin, and then you have the SWC Ward skin, the SWC Recall skin, the Thunder Sticks Global emote, just those the smacky sticks, and then another Divine Kestrel, and this is 1,500 or 1,500 Smite gems. To be honest with you, it's not bad. It's not a bad price, to be honest with you. It's 4 skins, an emote, a recall skin, a ward skin, and a divine chest roll, which is this is the one of the few times you ever get a divine chest roll at all. Like there's been two that you could get before, and it's more stuff in it, and I still want that damn Ares skin. So, or the Guan Yu skin. It gave me the Artemis skin and the Apollo skin last time, and I don't play Artemis or Apollo. You could give me somebody I play. But moving on. Moving on. Heartseeker fixed an issue where Heartseeker was consuming its stacks on abilities that had a charge component, Mercury ult, Neath ult, or toggle effect such as Branching Bolas or Summon Suku. So you weren't actually getting the damage off because it was going off way before, or if you canceled it, it would go off anyway because it was a charge. It would go away either. So they fixed that. So next up we have Oni Hunter's Garb, which increased the CDR but now reduced the stacks? Yeah. Passive now provide maybe I don't know. Passive now provides 10 magical protections every 6 seconds, maxed 5 stacks. It was pretty. I feel like this one's actually used a lot by solo laners. Now that you have the CDR in your build, like now it's getting more CDR and now it gives more stacks and it's easier to stack, faster to stack. I feel like it's going to get a cost increase because this was picked up a lot because of how cost efficient it is. Now it's getting a buff, and it's going to be too cost efficient almost, in my opinion. So that's it's just my opinion on it. And then Spirit Robe has got a little bit of a nerf saying, hey, the passive can now occurs every 15 instead of 10 seconds because you got into a team that has like a whole shit ton of CC. That passive was going off continuously, and you had so much damage mitigated from it. So it's a little bit nerf. Help them CC comps out a little bit more. So you want to do one of these?
I care nothing for
Okay.
robes or just. Sorry.
We're on the god changes, man.
Well,
I passed robes already. I'm done with
Fine.
robes.
see, guys, and this is why when Wade's doing all the boring stuff, I just switch over to the game. But on the Kyra training exercise,
Why do I work
his
with
first
him?
ability, reduce cooldown from 15 to 13. Woohoo! And for his ulti, Centurious, they increase the projectile from 100, the speed of it, from 150 to 175, meaning it's going to be moving faster. So if you were barely missing, then woohoo, you're going to be just barely not hitting anymore.
So basically, Chiron was very much underperforming after the nerfs happened at the end of SWC, I mean, right before SWC last year, I think. He was a very strong pick going into SWC. I think he received the nerfs either before or after it, and just was not performing well. Has not performed well. Has not been on the scene at all during season 3, to be honest with you. And this is really not trying to increase his damage, not trying to do anything like that. Reduce the cooldowns of training exercise so you can clear much better. Training exercise is a cleanse, is his main wave clear. So you need that up as much as possible. And I mean, there you go. If you can land that, if you can use that by that 2-second change, use it to its maximum. There you go. That's a good thing for him. Centaurus, increased projectile speed. Those things move slow. To be honest with you, it really does. It's really easy to dodge them if you're really paying attention. Increasing it by 25, I want to see how fast it really is because they don't really give a good kind of feel of how fast that is. There's no way to say, oh, miles per hour, and know how far that is because everything's in a very weird scaling due to the gods being bigger than humans. So, and we don't really have a good units on the map, so we will.
It's fun to see how fast that moves.
So we'll see once this patch comes out how well that changes. And then Erling Erling's getting a lot of play. A lot of play. And he's playing, and like I've said, like me and Fang were talking about a while back, he's getting a lot of play because he's very versatile. He can go in the jungle. He can go in solo lane. He can go as a support god. He's very versatile.
So he's getting a buff early game, but a nerf late game. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, your pin's going. Your pin's going. You're going to go level 2 with your pin in the first couple minutes. Like once you
Yeah.
hit level 4, you're going 2 into that pin no matter what. You're not going to anything else. So really, it is just a real round nerf because maybe it helps us clear at camps. Maybe it helps us clear the first couple waves in solo lane. Maybe a couple waves in the support role. But it's
Overall nerf.
overall he does a lot of damage if you can get on him early. So it just kind of reduces. I don't know, keep him in that mid game style that most warriors are,
Yeah.
and don't make that pin. I mean, you get hit by that pin at rank 5. It's a long time. It's a
Mm-hmm.
long time, and it's a cripple too, so you can't jump away from it like certain routes. So and like, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't see this being a big deal breaker for Erling because he still is so versatile. But I do feel like they're going. They said he's on the radar. He's going to probably get touched later on. Um, I want to see if they move him more towards the bulk or more towards his basic attacks, being that jungler style or that support style. It just kind of depends there, and I'm interested to see. But right now, not a big shift for Erling.
Honestly, if they give him some more damage, please put him in assassin. Okay, so the Freya. Overall, she's getting a buff. In all honesty, her banish, it has been adjusted, so now it's at 1.5 seconds all rings. Uh, Updated visuals, so now you know when you're gonna fall back down, and reduce the mana cost. So now it's not gonna be 75 at all rings. It's gonna go from 70, 65, 60, 55 to 50, meaning it's going down 5 every single ring. So that's a plus. Anything you'd like to add, Wade?
I'd like to add that it's no longer bandits. It's now Sikkim based on the dog. But yeah, I mean, banish is a big part of Freya's kit. It's one of her few defensive items other than her ultimate to get her out, and it's a really good setup for a lot of your teammates. It's it's one of those ones that you don't even tell you're banished until you're up in the air. To be honest with you, and sometimes when you're up in the air, you're like, why am I not moving? Because you can't really see the effect at certain angles. So adding the visuals so you can actually see where the banish is. I mean, it's it's a buff, but it makes it a lot easier for your opponents. Also, this is more of an adjustment. I don't feel
Yep.
it helps. It helps your team, but it also helps the enemy know kind of where it
When
is
X might be
when.
back up.
Yeah, and it's only like 1.5 at max ranks, so
Yeah.
it helps. It's an adjustment. I don't really feel like it's a buff or a nerf.
Uh, well, the reason why I think it's more of a buff is because you get into a team fight, you use banish just to pop somebody in the air so you can get your team to focus on them. So you're using mana. Usually by that time you don't really need, like you don't really have to worry about using all your mana since if you're running any MP5 you'll have that back up. But it's good so that you can be like, oh, I'm not using 75, 75, 75. So I actually have more to put more mana to use for other things. So
Really, you're only saving 5 mana for most of the game because until you boost both of your abilities and your ult a couple times, you're not putting into banish. No one puts banish up to 2
yeah,
until
and
late. Late. Um,
if you're right now,
if you're in your right mind, or if I've had a couple times where I've had to do it because I'll just be in the middle of a team fight and I'm just like, oh, level click something, whatever I'm using at that point, and it'll be in banish for some reason. But
yeah,
those kind of things just happen.
All those people that accidentally click.
Yes, yes, yes. And I mean, buttons are close together. I've got big thumbs. I have,
You got these next two.
yeah. I knew I would because you didn't. Well, I'm surprised you didn't want Kali. So, Hou Yi underperformed. Was probably the best. Hunter, during that time, he got nerfed off the Mark of the Crow. Need a little bit more there. So, what it does now is now slows the target inside for 20% for 5 seconds for every hit. So, you don't just. This is his ultimate, of course, when you have the Mark of the Crow on you. Or when you don't have the Mark of the Crow on you. So now this is the slow it confirms a bit more of the damage with the ultimate. But now, if the mark is on them, it now increased Mark of the Crow, Golden Crow. It increased the slow and also increased the duration, which means you're on point. Like it's not going to be weird. You're going to have that 2.5 with the Crow and 0.5 without it. It's 0.5 seconds every time, like normally, and you now have the slow automatically built into it, plus an extra 20% if you have the Crow on them. So it's a much better CC, stay away from this area ultimate. Does it pull him out from where he is? Maybe. Hou Yi's not horrible, but he's just not as good as he was before. This will provide much more team fight potential with him. I always thought Hou Yi as more of that solo 1v1 god more than anything, and now this gives him a little bit more team potential with this CC in this kit. Next up, Kali. This right here is not a big deal. It's basically bug fixes. There was actually a thing where if the character went, if you picked a god and it notifies you when you're picked as the target for Kali, I think. You actually DC and reconnect. It will actually once you DC, it will actually remove, it will change who the target is. So people were using that as kind of that. I mean, kind of way around it. So you now are automatically stuck with that target, which is bad for you because you can't get your target, but they're in a 4v5.
So basically, guys, they're giving you the incentive. If you play an arena, the other guy disconnects, he's your target, he never comes back. Just fountain dive him. Fountain dive him.
Oh my god.
I honestly think there should be a time limit on it. I think like after like 5 minutes of them being DC'd or something, then it should just allow you to choose a different target just for the fact that you got DCs. You probably are stuck with nothing now.
You're not. No, that's not true though. You're not stuck with that target if you die. So if you do happen to die in a team fight, you get to reselect your target.
So suicide.
That's what I thought you were going with when you said tower dive into the fountain or fountain dive.
Well, fountain dive either way. If you don't kill him, you're getting a new target. If you do kill him, you killed your target. I'd be win-win situation.
To be honest with you, I can't argue with that. You're up.
Oh yeah. So, Cuckoo. It's movement speed buff. Uh, okay, so now his movement speed ability has changed, increased it from basically gave it a 20. Okay, so first rank 40, second rank 50, 60, 70, 80%.
Doubles at each rank.
Oh, it does. Okay. But now the movement speed decays over the duration of the skill, meaning that basically you'll feel yourself getting slower instead of it just automatically ending out, which I like. Cuckoo probably doesn't have the best movement speed in the first place, so this gives him that extra runaway potential. You'll definitely feel the 80%. Trust me when I say you'll feel it.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll feel it decaying too. So my thing is, don't like some people pop it and then wait and then run away. When you pop it, you want to take off right then because as it's decaying, that means your enemy, if they're falling, are slowly but gradually getting closer to you. So you want to pop and get away, in my opinion. I
If
do like it though.
mhm. That is if they're faster than you, though. So, but
Yes.
it's a 4 second. So if you wait that 2 seconds, like just sitting there with it popped, by the time you start moving, you're only going to be going as fast as you were before the buff. And they did specifically state that when you're actually moving in a straight line, you will move the same distance.
Oh,
So you'll move the same distance with it because of the
oh,
decay and the time and everything. Because it decays down to 0. Uh,
ooh,
so you move. It's really an adjustment to how fast you move, how fast you can get out of dodge at that point. It does not
yeah,
really affect how long or how far you go. It's just, oh, I'm in trouble here. I'm getting
get out.
out now.
Yep.
So
So you'll feel it, but at the end it'll just be the same. So I mean that's nice implementation that they did right there. Uh, don't mind me. Oh, actually, hey, guess who's next? Neith. Uh, it just made the weaves on Bucket, Neath, and Scarlet Dangerfield easier to tell if they're friendly or if they're your enemies. Because right now it was basically that slight difference in color,
yep, it was
which
red and then like a dark orange.
yeah, which tipped me off. Like didn't tick me off, but tipped me off a lot because once I think, oh, this is my niece weave, so I'm gonna stand over it and have somebody come after me, and then my niece pops it, but it ended up being the other niece. She hit me with her weave and the actual spirit arrow, and usually by the time I'd be dead. So thank you, Smite, for fixing that. Also, it fixed an issue where her skins were playing audio from other skins.
So the basic fix.
Yeah,
Not much I can
bug
follow up with
fixes.
that. I call this one and the
Yep,
next one.
and
So Susanoo, if you gotta follow any sort of SPL or any sort of playing, Susanoo was that first pick god. You saw him a lot. You saw him all the time. He was a first pick, first ban god in the SPL. He was a god that got picked a ton in like ranked and some in casuals. Um, After that last nerf, he tanked, which is not good because of the assassin group not being as deep as we probably would want it to be. Um, there's not a lot of high-ranking assassins right now, so him getting adjusted back, it's now reverted to his pre-fire time. The 0.4 seconds was really slow to be in my opinion, and I know Jen would also agree with me there. I know she played Susanoo after the nerf, and she was just like she done. She rage quit after the game. She was like, I can't deal with this. This is horrible. But it's reverted at time, so you're now moving as fast. And this Typhoon thing, I wasn't really unhappy with how they changed Typhoon, but I do like that they're actually giving it will knock up after 1 second. So will this putting Susanoo back into the competitive scene? Possibly. Gives him a lot more mobility, makes him a lot faster. Uh, there is the same thing about his damage in his Stormkata combo, being that it's split over 3 abilities now, not 2, and you do more damage, but you have to hit all 3 abilities. So, does this make him viable? I believe so. Will we see him some? Probably. Will he be playing will he be playing at top as he was before the nerfs? No. So it's I feel like they've gotten him to where he dropped kind of like B C tier. Now he's probably B tier. A minus B tier after the nerfs. Now he's more around that A plus tier. I feel like he's more balanced now. He's not going to be overly strong, but he's not going to be. Uh, I mean, Susanoo, swipe him off the map. Anything you want to say about that?
No.
That was basically Hi-Res saying sorry, Jen. Here, we fixed him. I'm sorry.
Oh, should I do that? Next.
Before we do that, but so next up we have Terra, and this is, and we knew Terra was going to get a nerf somewhere, sometime.
Yeah.
She's they've even said right up that she's the strongest god, she's the most versatile god right now, and she goes in and out of the meta just because she can be countered. It just kind of takes team comp. But the monolith is getting where it can be destroyed by enemy players due to 3 basic attacks. This makes you have to play the monolith smarter. You can't just throw it up in the middle of them. You have to play it smarter. You're either going to have to detonate it before it gets blown up, or place it somewhere where it's not going to get those basic attacks done on it. Biggest problem I could see would probably be someone like a Kali that will just click, 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 gone. Just hold down the mouse button and it's gone. But it's a I don't think this is a big change. I think this is something that will probably get her off the ban rate, possibly, just because you can now control her heal. But now this more prioritizes gods like Juan and Ra instead of her in a healing the healing meta right now. So it's interesting. I'm interested to see how it kind of shifts her around, but I don't think it's going to be huge. I think it is going to knock her down a notch, but I don't think it's going to be like Susanoo.
Sorry.
And then lastly, we have Shibo, which we haven't seen a lot of Shibo. We've seen a little bit of Shibo, a little bit.
Shibo.
Shibolonke.
I know.
So he's they're reducing his costs on his his mana, because early he's so hard to fight with into that dual lane or later solo lane if you play it that way. And his clear is not great. He really doesn't have that one ability that really helps him clear like a lot of hunters do. So they reduced the mana cost on his poison darts by 10 at each rank, and reduced the mana cost on his branching boas at 2 at each rank, making it much more cost efficient to turn on branching boas to clear the wave, or use the poison darts to clear the wave, or poke. So I'm giving Shibo a little bit more, hey, I'm viable in this meta of burst assassins, or early game, not burst assassins, burst hunters, or these early game hunters. So I like to see, because he could get play some. I just kind of have that really late game ADC, and he really hit like a truck in most of them. So I'm interested to see how it really comes out to. Anything?
No.
No.
Totally not sponsored, but I'm playing some Fish Wars.
Good lord, are you kidding me? You're as bad as Carter. I can't play with him without him checking Twitter throughout the whole daggum thing. Favorite thing of the patch?
Thank God. My favorite thing of the patch would probably be the Terror. I actually really, really do like that skin. I love Thoth, but skin-wise, I gotta give it to Terra.
I mean, Thoth's amazing. I don't think there's a big change that I really want to point out. There's not a whole lot. I know they're rolling up to the Super Regional, so they don't want to change a whole lot, but it's there's awesome skins. Matarasu, Terra, Thoth. It's just a really awesome patch. We've spent an hour, 10 minutes on it, and I think it's about time to wrap it up. You got anything else to say, Fang?
No, but shout out to our friend Track Floater. Sorry we didn't mention your name earlier. Well, that just tells if you watched the end of it or not. But sorry.
We get ate out anytime we don't say his name. So in a patch notes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Come back in 2 weeks when we have the next patch notes 3.22. God, my numbers. Oh, it's been a long day. So that next patch, hopefully Fang will be with us. I do not know. Hopefully he's not in the bathroom this next one. And yeah, So, and then after that we have Nike, freaking Nike. So,
Nike.
so we'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.
Ciao.